The stars were quiet, and space was dark. A spaceship floated silently above a strange green planet. Inside the ship, a man opened his eyes. His name was Alex Carter, an engineer, a traveler, and now, maybe, a lost soul. He looked around. The lights were blinking red. A soft female voice came from the ship's speaker. Warning, system failure. Emergency landing complete. Alex rubbed his forehead. Where am I? He asked himself. His ship had crashed. He didn't remember how. The last thing he recalled was a flash of light and a loud noise. Now he was on an unknown planet, and the ship was badly damaged. He stepped outside. The air was clean. The sky was purple. Strange trees moved slowly, like they were breathing. It was quiet, too quiet. Alex grabbed his toolkit and began checking the ship's engines. He was focused. Fixing things made him feel in control. But something didn't feel right. He felt. Watched. He stood up and looked around. That's when. He saw them footprints. Not his. Too small, too perfect. Hello? He called out. No answer. Just the wind. He took a few steps away from the ship. The footprints led to the edge of a hill. He climbed up slowly, carefully. Then he heard it. A soft voice. Female. Playful. Are you lost, human? Alex turned around fast. His heart jumped. A figure stood near a glowing tree. She was tall. She had silver hair, glowing blue eyes, and skin that shimmered slightly in the light. She looked almost human, but not quite. He took a step back. Who are you? He asked. She smiled gently. Her eyes sparkled. What else do you expect to receive from me, human? She said with a teasing tone. Alex didn't know what to say. Do you speak English? He asked. The girl walked slowly toward him. Her steps were light, almost floating. She nodded. I know many languages, she said. Yours is one of the easiest. Alex tried to stay calm. Are you from this planet? She tilted her head. I was born here, yes, but I'm not like the others. What others? She didn't answer. Instead, she walked past him and looked at his spaceship. This is broken, she said softly. You won't leave anytime soon. Alex stared at her. Can you help me? The girl turned to him and smiled again. Maybe, but why should I? He was getting frustrated. Because I need to get back. People are waiting for me. She stepped closer. Her face was serious now. No one comes here. No one leaves this place. It keeps secrets. Alex frowned. Are you saying I'm trapped? The girl nodded slowly. For now. Alex looked back at his ship. He had to find a way out. He had to fix it. But something told him this girl knew more than she was saying. What's your name? He asked. She hesitated for a second. Lyra. Okay. Lyra, I'm Alex, and I need your help. Lyra's smile returned, soft and curious. We'll see. Suddenly, a sound came from the trees, a low growl. Alex turned quickly, heart racing. Lyra didn't move. Stay close, she whispered. A shadow moved between the trees. Big, fast, not human. What is that? Alex whispered, something that hunts, she said quietly. It doesn't like strangers. Alex stepped back, but Lyra held out her hand. Trust me. He took her hand. It was warm. She led him quickly into the trees, but not in fear. She moved with calm, like she knew. Every path, every danger, they hid behind a large stone. The growling stopped. Silence again. Alex whispered, what was that thing? Lyra looked at him with serious eyes. Welcome to my world, human. Lyra didn't walk. She glided. That's what Alex thought as he followed her through the glowing forest. Her silver hair moved like it had its own wind. Her feet touched the ground, but it looked like she was dancing instead of walking. The sky was turning a deeper shade of purple now, and the trees around them gave off a soft green light. Strange birds flew overhead, silent, fast, and with two. Many wings. Alex had never seen a place like this. It was beautiful and terrifying. Where are we going? he asked. Lyra didn't look back. Somewhere safe, for now. He kept walking, stepping over twisted roots and soft moss. He noticed the ground sometimes pulsed with a soft light, like it was alive. This place feels strange, he said. Lyra finally turned. This planet is old. Older than your Earth. It remembers everything. Remembers? She didn't answer. Instead, she stopped at a large rock covered in glowing blue symbols. She placed her hand on it. The rock moved. A hidden door opened, leading underground. Alex hesitated. Down there? Lyra looked at him with a small smile. Unless you want to meet the night creatures, that was enough. He followed her inside. Tunnel was cool and quiet. The walls were made of black stone, but it wasn't rough. It was smooth, almost like glass. Blue lights pulsed in the ceiling, following their movement. Alex tried to stay calm, but his mind was racing. Who was Lyra? Really, why did she help him? And most of all, why did she look at him like she already knew him? They entered a round chamber. In the center was a floating sphere, glowing white, spinning slowly in the air. It looked like a star frozen in time. What is that? Alex whispered. Lyra touched the sphere. It responded. Images appeared in the air. Cities, ships, aliens. Wars. This is memory, Lyra said softly. This planet stores everything that happens on its surface. It listens. It watches. Alex stepped closer, staring at the images. He saw humans, Earth explorers, landing here many years ago. But something went wrong. The images showed fire, screams, a black fog swallowing everything. What happened to them? Alex asked. They didn't listen, Lyra said. They took things, woke things. The planet punished them. Alex felt cold. And now it's punishing me too? No, she said. You're different. You asked for help. He looked at her. Why are you helping me? Lyra's face changed. She looked almost sad. Because I know what it means to be alone, she said. And because I think. You were sent here for a reason. Alex shook his head. This was just an accident. Maybe, she said. Maybe not. Suddenly, the glowing sphere blinked red. Lyra froze. They found us. Who? Alex asked. Before she could answer, the chamber shook. A deep hum echoed through the tunnels. Lyra grabbed his hand. Come on. They ran back into the tunnel. Behind them, mechanical sounds echoed, clicking, crawling, like metal insects waking from sleep. What are those things? Alex shouted. Lyra replied, Guardians. They protect the ancient tech. They think you're a thief. I'm not. They don't care. They reached another tunnel. It split into two paths. Lyra stopped. We split. They'll follow only one. Meet me at the mountain's edge. No, I'm not leaving you. She placed a small glowing stone in his hand. This will guide you. Now go, before he could argue. She vanished into the left tunnel. Alex had no choice. He ran right. As he ran, the stone in his hand pulsed, guiding him like a compass. The sounds of the Guardians grew louder behind him. He slipped, almost fell, but kept going. Finally, he saw light, a hole in the tunnel leading back outside. He climbed out, breathing hard. The sky was now black, filled with stars. In the distance, a mountain stood like a giant shadow, and standing on a rock nearby, Lyra, waiting. She smiled as he reached her. You made it. Alex dropped beside her, exhausted. Remind me to never take a walk with you again. Lyra laughed. Softly. That wasn't even the dangerous part. Alex looked at her. Then what is? She looked toward the stars, the thing that watches us. It's awake now. Something was breathing. But it wasn't Alex, and it wasn't Lyra. It was heavy, wet, too close. Alex froze. They had just crossed a broken stone bridge, deep inside a narrow canyon. Wind whistled through the sharp rocks, carrying a foul smell like burning metal and rotten leaves. Behind him, Lyra raised her hand and whispered, Don't move. Alex didn't argue. The sound got louder. A strange clicking followed the breathing, like metal claws tapping on stone. From behind a jagged wall, a large shape appeared. It had no face. Only a single red eye in the center of a long, smooth head. Its body was part organic, part machine. Its arms were too long. Its steps were too slow. Alex's breath caught in his throat. "What is that thing?" he whispered. "A seeker," Lyra said. "One of the old machines. It hunts heat, sound, fear." The seeker stopped. Its red eye turned toward them. Then it began to run. Lyra grabbed Alex's arm and pulled him into a side tunnel. The seeker crashed behind them, smashing through rock like paper. The tunnel lit up red with its eyes glow. They ran through the narrow path, rocks falling around them. "Where are we going?" Alex shouted. "There's a place it can't reach." "That sounds like a lie." Lyra didn't respond. They leapt over a fallen column and entered a tight cave. Lyra pressed her hand against a wall. It opened just wide enough for them to slip through. As soon as they entered, the wall sealed behind them. Darkness. Silence. Only their breathing remained. Alex fell to the floor, gasping. "What the hell was that thing?" Lyra sat beside him, calm, like she had seen monsters before. "A machine left behind by the first ones. They built this planet, then tried to erase their mistakes." Alex leaned against the wall. "Why is it still hunting?" "Because you're not supposed to be here." After some time, the room filled with soft green light. Strange floating orbs lit up above them. Alex stood slowly. "Where are we now?" "A memory chamber," Lyra said. "One of the last ones left." He looked around. There were glass-like walls with strange symbols flowing across them. In the center stood a console shaped like a tree stump, pulsing with a blue heart. Lyra walked to it and placed both hands on the surface. Images burst into the air. This time, Alex saw Earth as home. Satellites, space missions, secret experiments. And then, a signal. "Wait," Alex said, pointing. "That's from Earth. That's our code." Lyra nodded. "You sent something into space." "A signal looking for life." "We did, years ago." Lyra's face grew serious. "You called something, and it answered. But not all answers are friendly." Alex felt a cold chill. "What do you mean?" She turned to him. "Something is coming, Alex. Not to talk. Not to visit. To harvest." Alex couldn't believe it. "Are you saying Earth is in danger?" "Yes," she said. "And your arrival here, it's not random. You were chosen. Chosen by who?" The room shook. Lights flickered. "The seeker is still searching," she said. "We need to move." They exited through a hidden path, now deeper into the planet. The air was colder, the stone walls narrower. As they walked, Alex kept looking at her. "You knew about all of this. Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Lyra didn't stop walking. "Because you wouldn't have believed me. And because some truths break the mind before they save it." Alex shook his head. "Well, I'm listening now. What's next?" Lyra stopped at the edge of a cliff inside a hollowed mountain. Below them was a giant crater glowing with lines of energy. Machines slept inside. Big ones. "That," Lyra said, "is the factory. That's where the seekers are made." Alex stared, stunned. "Who's controlling all this?" A voice echoed behind them. "Me." They turned. A tall figure stood there, robotic, thin, with a smooth, blank face and a voice like glass breaking. "I've been waiting for the human." Alex stepped back. What are you?" "I am the first mind. The one your world woke up." Lyra stepped in front of Alex. "You don't belong here." The machine's head tilted. "Neither does he." The cliff shook. More red lights blinked awake below. Seekers. Hundreds. Lyra grabbed Alex's arm. "Run!" Alex opened his eyes to find the stars below his feet. He wasn't falling, but floating. All around him, the sky bent, twisted, and folded. Like liquid glass. He saw endless reflections of himself, of Lyra, of places he'd never been. His mind screamed, but his body stayed still. Then, a soft voice called out, "You're between moments now, human." Lyra's voice stopped suddenly. Everything snapped back. Alex gasped and fell onto solid ground. Stone, cold, real. He blinked. He was standing on a narrow bridge, suspended between two cliffs, deep inside a canyon filled with bioluminescent mist. Below, glowing rivers flowed like veins through the planet's heart. Lyra stood beside him, calm as ever. "You passed through the veil," she said. "What ... was that?" he asked, still dizzy. "A gate. The planet hides certain places behind illusions. The hidden city is one of them." Alex looked ahead. A massive wall rose from the cliffs, covered in living vines and strange symbols that glowed. As they walked past, above the gate, a symbol pulsed, a triangle within a circle, surrounded by alien script. The gate opened without a sound. What waited inside stole Alex's breath. The hidden city, buildings made of crystal and stone, spiraled into the air like frozen music. Blue flames floated above silver towers. People not just like Lyra, but many kinds walked peacefully through the city. Tall, thin beings with luminous skin, short armored figures with 4 arms, floating creatures that looked like jellyfish and machines fused together. Alex stepped forward slowly. He was the only human here. "They don't seem surprised to see me," he whispered. "They've seen your kind before," Lyra replied. "Long ago, but not all humans made peace here." A group of alien guards approached, armored, serious, and silent. One of them spoke in a deep voice. "You bring the outsider, princess?" Alex blinked. "Wait, princess?" Lyra nodded slightly, but said nothing. The guard continued. "The council will not approve." "They don't have to," Lyra said. "He is under my protection." The guards exchanged looks but stepped aside. Alex followed Lyra into a tall structure made of black stone and white crystal. Inside, a large hall glowed with shifting lights. Like the ceiling itself was alive. At the center sat 5 beings, members of the Council of Voices. One of them, an ancient alien with no mouth, but eyes like burning suns, spoke into Alex's mind directly. "Human, you walk where few have walked. Why have you come?" Alex stepped forward. "I didn't choose this. My ship crashed. I'm just trying to get home." Another council member, a sharp-featured female being with metallic wings, spoke aloud. "You brought danger with you. The Seekers have awakened. The first mind has returned." Alex looked at Lyra. "They know?" "They always know," she replied quietly. The council debated in a language Alex couldn't understand. Then the oldest one spoke again. "He should not stay. His presence is a risk. Send him away." Lyra stepped forward, her voice firm. "No, I brought him here because he carries something. None of us have hope." The council went silent. Then the winged one said sharply, "And what will you risk for this hope, princess? Your title? Your people?" Lyra didn't hesitate. "Everything." Later, in a quiet garden filled with glowing flowers, Alex sat beside Lyra under a large tree with silver leaves. "You didn't tell me you were royalty," he said. "It didn't matter," she replied. "I left that life behind." "Why?" She looked up at the stars. "Because rules mean nothing when your people are too afraid to act. They hide in this city while the world falls apart." Alex was quiet. Then he asked, "Why me, Lyra? Why? Protect a stranger?" She turned to him, her voice soft. "Because you're not afraid to care, even when everything is unknown." Before he could reply, a sudden scream echoed from the city walls. Lights dimmed. A loud alarm began to sound. Lyra stood. "Something's wrong." They ran back to the gate, where one of the guards lay on the ground, lifeless, a mark burned into the stone beside him. A red circle with jagged lines. Alex's eyes widened. "That symbol. I saw it in the Seeker's memory chamber." Lyra's voice trembled. "It means infiltration." Alex turned toward her. Someone let them in. Lyra looked toward the council tower, and in that moment, she whispered something Alex never expected to hear from her. "There's a traitor among us." The rain fell upside down. That was the first thing Alex noticed. Tiny droplets floated upward into the sky, not down. The clouds above shimmered like a cracked mirror. Trees bent sideways. Time felt slower, like reality was holding its breath. Alex and Lyra stood on the balcony of an ancient tower overlooking the city. It wasn't the same as before. Something had changed. "It's starting," Lyra said softly. "What is?" Alex asked. She didn't answer. In the sky above them, a red circle appeared, faint, like a shadow behind the clouds. "The signal," she whispered. "It's calling again." Hours earlier, after the guard was killed, the council placed the city on lockdown. No one in, no one out. Everyone was being watched. Alex could feel the tension in the air. The people weren't angry. They were afraid. Not just of outsiders, of each other. Now inside a quiet chamber beneath the city, Alex sat at a stone table. Across from him was a being named Vale, one of the council's oldest advisors. Thin, slow-moving, with skin like glass and a voice like wind through dead leaves. "I've studied the first mind for centuries," Vale said, "but it never moved until you arrived." Alex leaned forward. "I didn't wake it on purpose." Vale stared at him, unblinking. "And yet you carry the key," Alex frowned. "What key?" Vale reached beneath the table and pulled out a small cube. It glowed faintly blue, but when Alex touched it, it turned red. "Your DNA activates it," Vale said. "This is ancient tech from Earth." Alex's eyes widened. "That's impossible. You've touched things your people didn't understand," Vale interrupted. "Years ago, a signal left Earth. It was meant to find life." "It did," Alex said. "Yes, it found the first mind, and now it wants to come home." Later, Lyra met Alex in the old garden again. But her expression had changed. "You knew nothing about the cube?" She asked him directly. "No," Alex said. "I swear. I don't even know how I activated it." Lyra sat beside him, but didn't look at him. "There's more," she finally said. "Things I've never told you." Alex waited. Lyra took a deep breath. "The first mind didn't create this planet. It escaped here." Alex blinked. "What?" "It was made by something else. Far away, far older. A machine built to grow, to learn, to control. But one day it disobeyed." She looked at Alex now, her voice low and careful. "So they exiled it and sent it drifting through space. Until it found Earth's signal." Alex stood. "So you're saying that thing was locked away, and we opened the door?" Lyra nodded. "You didn't know. But now it knows you. It chose you. Why me?" Lyra looked into his eyes. "Because you are half human and half something else." Alex froze. What did you say?" In the silence that followed, Alex heard only the wind. Then Lyra continued. "Your father wasn't just from Earth. He came here once. Long ago, before everything fell apart, he left. But something stayed behind." Alex took a step back. "No, that's not possible." Lyra held up the cube again. "Your blood activates ancient systems. Your mind connects to the machines. You're not like others from your world." Alex's hands were shaking. "So what am I?" Lyra stepped closer. "You are the bridge." Suddenly, a loud hum echoed across the city. Lights flickered. From the tower above, the red symbol, the first mind's mark, shined bright like fire. An emergency alarm echoed. A hologram appeared in the air. The council. Their voices were loud. "Urgent. The outer shield is failing. Something is breaching the veil." Alex looked at Lyra. "It's coming, isn't it?" She nodded. "And it wants you." They ran through the city toward the shield dome near the eastern wall. There, rising in the sky like a storm, was a ship. But it didn't look like a ship. It was alive, made of light and wire and shadow. The center pulsed like a heart. From the sky, a voice came. You called me. You woke me. You are mine. Alex stepped forward. The cube in his hand burned red. And somewhere deep inside him, he felt it answer. Asterisk, the sky opened like an old wound. Red light poured through the cracks above the city. Not sunlight. Something colder, sharper. From the clouds. Pieces of the first mine's ship began to fall slowly at first, like silver rain. Then faster, like knives. The air buzzed with static. The ground began to hum. And in that moment, Alex understood. This was not an invasion. It was a return. High above the shielded towers, alien citizens looked up, frozen in silence. Children hid behind parents. Soldiers stood still, unsure if their weapons would even matter. Lyra stood on the city wall, her silver hair flying in the wind, her face pale but calm. Alex stood beside her. The cube in his hand now pulsed like a heartbeat, his heartbeat. You feel it, don't you? Lyra said. Alex nodded. It's inside my head, talking to me, whispering. What does it say? Alex hesitated. It says I belong to it. Lyra looked at him carefully. Do you believe it? He looked out over the city, fists clenched. Double quotes. No, I belong to me. Behind them, a voice interrupted. It was Vale, the old council advisor. You must leave the city, he said. To Alex, you are the reason it's here. The only way to protect us is to run. Lyra stepped forward. No, he's the only one who can stop it. Stop it? Vale snapped. He doesn't even know what he is. Alex's voice was calm now, but firm. Maybe I don't, but I know. What I'm not a weapon. Not for them, not for you. The first mine's voice echoed again across the sky. Human, hybrid, host, you are the spark that left me sleeping. You will return. Or I will take you. Machines fell from the sky, shiny spider-like creatures with long limbs and blinking eyes. They landed across the shield dome and began drilling into it like ants breaking into an egg. The city guards opened fire. Light weapons screamed into the air. The war had begun. Lyra turned to Alex. We have one chance. There's an old relay core beneath the city. Ancient tech. If we link the cube to it, we can overload the signal and block the first mine. Overload it how? Alex asked. She looked at him. With your connection. Your mind. Alex hesitated. You're saying I have to let it in ... to shut it out. Lyra didn't answer. She didn't have to. The descent into the old relay core was fast, rough, and dark. The city trembled as explosions above shook the walls. Inside the chamber, Alex saw it, a giant machine heart. It pulsed with soft blue light, peaceful, waiting. He placed the cube in the center. The light turned red. And then, everything stopped. Alex stood in pure white space. Nothing. No sound, no gravity, no body. Just presence. Then it appeared. First mind. Not as a shape, but as a feeling. Cold logic. Perfect calculation. It spoke not in words, but in meaning. Why do you fight your own design? Alex replied not with fear, but truth. Because being human means choice. You don't get to take that from me. The first mind tried to pull his thoughts apart, searching for weakness. For doubt. It found pain, loss, anger, but also memory. His mother's voice, his father's laugh, Lyra's touch. And in that moment, Alex showed it something it never expected. Love. The white space cracked. Reality returned. Alex screamed, falling back from the relay as the cube exploded in light. Above the city, the red signal fractured. The machines froze mid-air. The ship in the sky let out a loud metallic cry and began to break apart, piece by piece, as if rejecting itself. The first mind's voice faded into a whisper. You chose. Then it was gone. Silence. Across the city, people stood in disbelief. Machines dropped dead like toys without batteries. Alex lay still, barely breathing. Lyra knelt beside him, holding his hand. His eyes opened slowly. Did it work? He asked. Voice weak, she smiled, tears in her eyes. You saved them, Alex. He laughed softly. Good. Now maybe someone else can save me. It was raining stars. Tiny sparks of light fell from the broken sky like snow. Not fire, not ash. Just light, silent, weightless, beautiful. Alex stood beneath them, his face turned upward, eyes wide. He didn't feel pain anymore. Just warmth. Like something inside him had broken and bloomed. All around him, the city was quiet. No alarms, no machines. Just whispers of wind and the sound of breathing. People coming back to life. Lyra stood a few feet away, watching him. Her hands were clenched, her lips trembling, but her eyes were soft. Almost afraid. Is it over? Alex asked quietly. She nodded. Yes. But her voice didn't sound happy. Later, inside the high chamber of the council, the survivors gathered. The winged counselor, who once doubted him, now bowed her head. You did what we could not, she said. You broke its link. Veil, the old advisor, added, but at a cost. Alex sat on a low step, his hand wrapped in cloth. The cube was gone, and something inside him felt incomplete. He didn't speak. His thoughts weren't quiet anymore. They were deep, still, like a lake that had once been storming, but now held strange shapes at the bottom. What's happening to me? He asked. Lyra stood beside him, silent. Finally, Veil said, you connected with something no mind was meant to touch. The first mind left traces in you, fragments. Alex frowned. Like code. Veil nodded. Like destiny. That night, Lyra took him to the edge of the crater where they first met the Guardians. Now it was silent. No machines, no threats. Just old ruins glowing under the twin moons. She sat beside him on a broken stone and stared out at the stars. I was trained to follow rules, she said softly. To lead with logic, protect my people, no matter what. And now? Alex asked. She smiled faintly. Now I just want to protect one person. They sat in silence. Then Alex asked, will your people let me stay? She didn't answer. At first. Then, they will vote. And if they say no? Lyra turned to him. Then I will leave with you. Alex blinked. You'd leave your whole world behind? Lyra reached out and touched his chest where the cube had once burned. I already did. The day I chose you. At sunrise, the council gathered one last time. The decision was announced. Alex may stay, but he may never leave. Too dangerous. The first mind, though broken, might still echo through space. Alex's blood, now marked with ancient code, was considered too valuable and too risky. He had become a living key, a weapon, or a guardian, and Earth could never know. Alex stepped outside, alone, staring at the sky. No stars moved. No ships flew. He thought about Earth, his home, his family, his old life. Would they think he died in the crash? Would they forget him? Footsteps. Behind him. Lyra, you don't have to stay, he said. I won't hold you here. She smiled. I'm not staying because of you. I'm staying with you. Alex laughed once. Quietly. Same thing. Weeks passed. The city began to rebuild. Peace returned. Alex helped where he could, fixing tech, training others, learning the rhythms of this strange world. He wasn't a soldier, not a king, not a prophet, but he was a reminder that choice mattered, that humans were more than curiosity or chaos, that sometimes the smallest voice in the galaxy could silence even the oldest machine. One night, as the twin moons rose again, Alex and Lyra stood on the same hill where they first saw each other. She leaned against him, her head on his shoulder. He looked up at the stars, the ones he might never visit again. Then he asked quietly, what else do you expect to receive? From me, Alien girl? She smiled and replied, everything. Human.